You've got design skills, but you're still stuck when it comes to monetizing them. Maybe you've been freelancing for a while, either full-time, contractually, or on the side, but you're trapped in undercharging, relying on referrals and big clients, and battling inconsistent income. And you start to realize that if you keep doing what you've been doing up until now, nothing will change and you will have to probably fall back to a full-time corporate job. If that's you, then stick around because I made this video just for you. Let's go. Hello my friend, if you're new to the channel, welcome. My name is Adrian Somoza, former lead designer at MediaMonks turned full-time business owner, and I focus on helping talented freelance web designers grow their talent and charge what they are worth to have a financially peaceful and creatively challenging career or business. So I run a mentorship program called the BONT Club. So if you want to make sure that you design your web design business so it can scale to 6 figures in a proven way, I invite you to book a one-to-one strategy call with me. It's going to be in the link below. Now, if you're still not ready for that step, then feel free to check out the free course I prepared for you to create a portfolio as fast as possible so that you can get hired and get clients as fast as possible. Now, most freelancers start on the road with no map and no GPS. You offer anything to anyone, right? And you try to sell your services to whatever client comes your way so that you can make sure that you progress in your career. Instead, you find yourself struggling and circling endlessly. You post and post, even get a few spikes of attention, but those views don't become qualified leads. Or like I said, you rely on referrals or 1 to 2 big clients, but a single cancellation of one of those clients could put you in a really bad spot and on the side of the road. Here's the truth, right? Many of you are carrying a bag full of maps, but you're not in the driver's seat. Knowledge without action doesn't move the car forward. You have to press the accelerator at some point. Research helps, degrees help, but in business, the ones who get the clients, the ones who charge premium rates, are the ones who do, the ones who are in the trenches, okay? So here's a mindset shift for you. Be in the top 10% who do. Don't try to make it perfect, make it exist, okay? Now, common pitfalls to avoid, okay? And this, by the way, are the pitfalls that keep you walking in circles and not advancing towards your goal or moving 1 pixel in every direction, right? Number 1 is changing your destination every time the road gets bumpy. If you don't give a strategy 3 to 6 months of trial, right, you won't really know if it works or not. Just 1 month of trying something doesn't take you anywhere, okay? Number 2 is Frankensteining your strategy. So you hear this influencer in Instagram, and then you watch this YouTube video talking about pricing, and then you talk with a friend and a colleague who is doing this other strategy to get clients. So you start Frankensteining your strategy and hearing 1,000 voices in the industry, right, telling you how to do things and what to do, and you just get to a point where it's like too much, right? Number 3 is taking every detour. Like, there's a new tool, oh, let me go deep into this rabbit hole and learn this tool, let me learn this new tactic, let me try this new technique, this new typeface, right? So instead of keeping your focus on the things that really matter, some people major in minor things, right? And so that will keep you stuck. Number 4 is thinking a master's degree will magically help you charge premium prices and get better clients. How did you got to that conclusion? How learning more about the hard skills is going to help you get more clients? It's not a magical wand, right? Information doesn't translate directly into sales. To get apples, you need to plant apple trees. So let's say that you are planting pear trees, which is design skills or hard skills, and you want apples. It's never going to happen, right? You need to learn the skills that will get you there from someone that has walked that path, okay? Number 5 is building your website before clarifying your audience and offer, right? We tend to think we know what clients want. We know what they need. Oh, let me tell you, client, this is what you need, okay? And we don't really take the time to diagnose. Imagine if you go to a doctor and the doctor says, oh, before we even chat, I know what you need. Take this pill, go home, okay? And they sell you something that you don't really need, right? No, that's not the way professionals work. Professionals diagnose first, and they make really sure that they are prescribing the specific solution that you need to solve your problems and your root problems, not just, patch the problem, but rather solve the root problem. And number 6 is focusing on vanity metrics like followers, likes, and views, only to get attention without sales. What I like to say is that likes, views, and followers are great for the ego, but very bad for the pocket, okay? Being a business owner is not the same as being a content creator, where you're paid for the views and you're paid for the sales and the clicks on the ad that you're promoting. It's not about being a content creator, so you shouldn't be chasing likes, follows, and views. What you should be chasing is revenue, sales, conversion rate, testimonials. Those kinds of KPIs are the ones that really matter for your business, okay? Meet Marilia, okay? She had the skills. She had been a designer for a while already and was relocating from Brazil to Australia. When we talked, she had been doubting herself and her value for a while. She was lost on how to position herself and how to get clients, how to charge premium rates. She was actually working as a bartender, I think, in Australia when she decided to join. And 1 month after joining the BONT Club, she landed her first freelance project and was then offered a position at that agency right after that project. In her own words, I'm really happy to share that I got a 1-month freelance contract with an agency. I follow your recommendations to get this opportunity, Adrian, and I'll be working as a web designer there for this period. I'm beyond happy because it means that I'm on the right track, helps me boost my confidence to reach out to prospects and clients, and I can return to working as a web designer, which I've missed a lot. Thank you so much for the support. I'm really grateful. These are honestly the testimonials and the transformations I live for, okay? Now, here's a journey map, okay, that I prepared for you to get to the top of the mountain, right? Get to the end goals as fast as possible in the most straight path possible, okay? So step number 1 is set the destination. So instead of just winging it and trying things out, okay? I hope you're tired of doing that already. Decide your destination, okay? Do you want to be a contractual designer? Do you want to be a solopreneur? Do you want to build an agency? For me, I realized that I didn't want to build an agency. I didn't want to be a CEO, manage people, right? I wasn't in that mindset, right? I didn't enjoy those types of tasks, right? So what I wanted to do is be a solo designer, staying hands-on with design, which I love, by the way, and scaling through expertise, pricing, and profit. I love the specialist way, right? Being able to charge premium rates, being hyper specialized in a very specific service and niche, okay? And we're going to talk about that more. But write your dashboard targets, okay? Your income goals. How much do you want to earn a year? For me, it would be at least 120K a year. That would make me more than happy. And then in terms of lifestyle, right? 6 hours a day for me works super well. I found that, working less than that, I just get bored. So I don't enjoy working less than 6 hours a day, but I also enjoy, working a little bit less than 8 and being able to just have more time for my family, do the things I love, and just, relax a little bit more. And then I love to, go on vacations, take time off and really relax. So I like to take at least 1 month off every year. And then ask yourself, how many projects and what scope would you like to have? So for example, for me, the ideal sweet spot would be 4 to 12 premium creatively challenging websites, okay, that I can work on, focus on, deliver the best quality for it, and charge premium rates for it. So when your destination is set, you can say no to the wrong turns, okay? You want to start with the end in mind so that you know exactly where you're going and you're not just a boat in the middle of the ocean wandering around, okay? Now, don't let your goals, by the way, make you anxious. Sometimes life takes detours, right? And sometimes we have unexpected things that happen that kind of derail us or slow us down. It's totally okay, and you can just adjust those goals to the reality of life, right? Now, having said that, don't spend too much time in the comfiness of your pajamas and not moving forward towards your goals, because that's just like how life is, right? I like the metaphor of the surgeon, okay? Surgeons, when they are making the surgery, they are very urgent, but they are very calm at the same time. Why? Because one bad move with a knife and they make a mess, right? So they have to be calm, but they also are very urgent in the way they act, they think. They have to be urgent, okay? So you want to keep that in mind, right? Urgency is very important, but also be calm and not let urgency put you in panic mode and starting to throw spaghetti at the wall, okay? So step number 2, once you defined the destination, once you put the pin in the map, what you want to do is map your path. And here what you want to do is avoid going in circles, okay? There's a scene in the Lord of the Rings where Frodo and Sam wander the edges of a mountain with no clear route. And Sam says, "This looks strangely familiar," right? And Frodo goes, "It's because we've been here before. We're going in circles." Effort moves you, but strategy is what really gets you there, okay? So map a strategic path first and then start walking. I've been a business owner for 3+ years full-time. Wow, time does fly by. But anyways, and I have managed to scale to 6 figures and beyond, so I want to save you from going in circles like Frodo and Sam, okay? Let me tell you a bit of my story. So in 2020, I used to think that the solution to my business struggles was adding more income streams, throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks, okay? Needless to say, that didn't work. I fell into the trap of building multiple income streams, inspired by YouTubers with 3, 5, or even 10 income streams that were passive. And I added a domestic course like one-to-one consultations, template websites, tools for designers, and courses. 4 streams of passive income. That sounds great, right? Well, it wasn't amazing at all. Revenue wasn't great, and the cognitive load was off the charts. And I realized they weren't really passive, okay? Those income streams weren't passive. Every new income stream, and bear this in mind, means more marketing, more sales, more support, more expenses, more research, more training. You get the drill, right? I won't lie to you. I'm not someone who quits easily. I'm very persistent. But at this point in my business, I was seriously asking myself too often, am I really cut for this? And then I stumbled on a video about the magic of focusing, and it really hit home. I joined a mentorship from this successful business owner who had walked up the mountain herself and was guiding people to the top. And today, 3 years later, I offer one consulting package for freelance web designers. One stream, less stress, 30 hours a week, 11 months a year, like I mentioned, and my revenue is not crawling but soaring beyond 6 figures. Let's review my method to define your path, okay? I call it the triple W. See what I did there? Number 1 is the who, okay? So the exact people you serve. Who do you serve? Generalists drown in the crowd. Specialists stand out and charge premium rates. Think about it. What's the most common thing, right, in the industry? People do a lot of things, right? They do social media and SEO and copywriting and 3D and motion design and development and design. So if that's what most people do, right, and you want to stand out, then you need to do things differently, okay? So choose a specific service which if you're here in this video, it should probably be web design. And then choose a niche, right? Like AI startups, SaaS companies, marketing campaigns for clothing brands, for example. So every message, every case study, every social media post makes you the obvious choice. High ticket clients hire specialists, period. Okay. Number 2, what? What do you offer? The outcome that you sell. It's not about websites, okay? But conversion-focused websites that reliably turn visitors into leads, okay? You want to speak the KPIs language of your clients. You want to speak in outcomes, not in deliverables, okay? Compelling offers that are outcome-based save you from endless custom quoting and from creating endless proposals just to get crickets. And it makes pricing anecdotal. You become the obvious choice for them, okay? To do that, you need to talk with people in real life and really diagnose what are they looking for, where are they stuck, why would they hire you, those types of things, okay? Not assume it, diagnose it, okay? And then number 3 is when. So who, what, and when. When is the timing? Where is your client in their journey and why now is a good time to hire you? They are launching soon and they need credibility, to get funding, for example. Are they outgrowing their DIY website? Are they leaking leads due to poor conversion? You cannot force someone to improve their business. Okay, so finding out in the journey of your clients when they are exactly ready to get help makes sales increasingly natural. So when who, what, and when align, your path is as straight as it can be. Okay, now you can build the systems that bring the right clients at the right time and at the right price. Now, if all of this is resonating with you and you're ready to get help in designing a business that can scale, I invite you to book a one-to-one strategy call with me. Let's see if the BONT Club is a good fit. But if you're not ready, then make sure to check out the free course I'm leaving in the description to learn how to create a portfolio that gets you clients. Okay, let's talk about step number 3, the last step, okay? This is where you step into the role. There's another scene. They are about to leave the Shire, okay? And Sam stops and says, "This is it." And Frodo says, "This is what?" And Sam says, "If I take one more step, I'll be the farthest away from home I've ever been." Now, you have a clear north, right? And your backpack is ready. Now it's the time to step into the road, my friend. It's going to be uncomfortable, but also super rewarding. Are you ready? All right, so here's the bottom line. Sales are the oxygen of a business. If you don't have clients, your full-time job is to get the next one. Let me repeat that. If you don't have clients, your full-time job is to get the next one. And if you have clients and you're delivering a project, you should still make time for getting clients every week to avoid the feast and famine cycle, okay? So to get clients, you need to build relationships with prospects. You need to network. Now, there's 2 methods to do that, okay? And depending on your personality and your strengths, one or the other might come easier, but I think there's a good place for both, okay? So method A is attraction, okay? So you can start posting on social media, which is inbound marketing, and it will attract leads to your funnel. And then method B is outreach or outbound, okay? So that means going out and looking out for clients manually. Method A is more scalable, but it takes a little bit longer to see results. Method B is a little bit faster maybe, but it's not scalable. So you will hit a point where it's just too manual to scale, okay? So let's talk about both. I think both in tandem work really well. So method A, you don't need massive case studies or real world websites, okay? Don't spend 1 month creating a real world website.
Don't spend 1 month creating a real world website. Did you hear me?
Create what I call design chips, small, sharp pieces that prove taste and problem solving. Okay, hero redesigns, micro interactions, motion studies. This is how I built early visibility and how my students landed clients without a traditional portfolio, okay, without spending months on each website. Getting featured in Mastly, Abdocidio, etc., and being contacted by top companies like Apple and Microsoft, in my case, came all from consistently showing my work during my whole career since 13 years ago up until now. Okay, now check out the free course I prepared to help you with this process if you want a more in-depth look at how I do this. Okay, and method B is warm up the road first. So post where you'll DM, like for example LinkedIn, Instagram, Dribbble, Behance. Okay, and when you post you will get interactions. So those are warmed up prospects that are already interested in what you're sharing, right, and your point of view. So you can connect with them. Basically, you can send them a DM, and when prospects get your message, they will basically check your profile. Okay, so make sure that you're posting in the social media that you're gonna DMing, so that when they check your portfolio and your profile, they find something, right? It's not empty. And what I like to do in terms of DMing people and outreaching is basically invite them to book a free strategy call so we can get to know each other and figure out what their pain points are, what their goals are, and what the best strategy to get to their goals would be. Okay, and so you cannot imagine how much people would love to do that. Just jump on a call. Okay, the idea is that you want to provide value upfront. Whatever you're doing to outreach, you don't want to offer your services upfront. Very common mistakes here to avoid are hiding behind your work for months instead of working on booking calls consistently, like I said, only posting and never inviting people to book a call, or just offering your services up front and being super direct about, do you want to work with me, right? Before even getting to know that person, okay? And knowing if it's a fit and if they even need a website at all, right? And then posting content for designers, right? Instead of content for clients. I have a full video about how to use social media and a full video about how to do outreach, okay? So make sure to check them out if you want. But if this all resonated with you and you're ready to stop going in circles, I invite you to book a one-to-one strategy call with me. You don't have to do this alone, my friend. You don't have to Frankenstein your business strategy. Others inside the BONT Club are achieving the goals you want to achieve, and so can you, okay? And if you're not ready for that step, check out the free course that I'm leaving in the description to help you build up your portfolio the right way so you don't waste hours and hours of energy and you do it in a way that will work. That's it for today, my friend. Hope you found it valuable, and as always, let's bridge the gap one pixel at a time.